Welcome to our college briefing program. Today, we have some fascinating stories lined up for you. First, we're diving into the high-stakes legal battle between Australian billionaire Andrew Forrest and Facebook over scam ads that have been defrauding Australians. Next, we bring you some hopeful news in the fight against Alzheimer's disease with the approval of 2 new drugs that promise to slow cognitive decline. Lastly, we'll take you to Toronto's College Street, where the Taste of Little Italy festival brought together food, music, and sports fans for a day of celebration and a Euro 2024 qualifying match victory for Italy. Please stay tuned for the detailed content. The Sydney Morning Herald, billionaire Andrew Forrest has been tirelessly fighting Facebook for years, accusing the platform of allowing scam ads that exploit his image and defraud Australians of billions annually. Despite his efforts, the problem is escalating, exacerbated by generative AI and the proliferation of fake profiles. Forrest's legal team, led by Simon Clark, is challenging the protective U.S. laws that shield Facebook from liability. They argue that Facebook's business model, which separates its ad operations from its user platform, should not exempt it from responsibility for fraudulent ads. This legal battle could set a precedent, potentially forcing Facebook to take more effective measures against scam ads and making it accountable for its global operations. Japan Times, in a significant move to foster mutual understanding and trust, the education ministers of Japan, China, and South Korea have agreed to collaborate on promoting digitalization in education and enhancing exchanges among their future generations. During a meeting in Seoul, Japanese Education Minister Masahito Moriyama emphasized the importance of educational exchanges in shaping the future and building trust among the 3 nations. The joint statement underscored the commitment to work together in these areas, reflecting a shared vision for a more interconnected and cooperative future. The Sydney Morning Herald, Australian patients with early-stage Alzheimer's disease are on the verge of accessing 2 groundbreaking drugs, lecanemab and donanemab, which aim to slow cognitive decline. These are the first new treatments for the disease in over 2 decades. While the drugs offer hope, they come with high costs, significant side effects, and will only be available to a small percentage of patients. Experts, including Professor Christopher Rowe and Professor Ralph Martins, highlight the potential of these drugs to significantly slow disease progression, especially with early detection. However, they caution that Australia's health infrastructure needs substantial preparation to deliver these treatments effectively, and a national task force has been recommended to address this challenge. Yahoo US reports that the Albuquerque metro area, once notorious for auto thefts, has seen an 11% drop in such crimes in 2023, according to a National Insurance Crime Bureau report. This marks a significant improvement from previous years when the city was ranked as the worst in the nation for auto thefts from 2016 to 2018. The Albuquerque Police Department attributes this decline to several initiatives, including a bait car program and public service announcements warning against car warm-up thefts. Despite this progress, Albuquerque remains the 7th worst area for auto thefts, with Hyundai and Kia vehicles being the most targeted due to social media trends demonstrating how easily they can be stolen. In a tragic incident near Detroit, up to 10 people, including children, were shot at a public splash pad in Rochester Hills, Michigan, as reported by Yahoo US. The suspect, armed with a 9mm semi-automatic Glock, fired approximately 30 shots, reloading multiple times before fleeing the scene. The police believe the suspect is cornered in a nearby house and are attempting to make contact. This shooting is part of a disturbing trend in the United States, which has already experienced over 215 mass shootings this year. The high frequency of such incidents has led to increased calls for stricter gun control measures, though these appeals have largely been ignored by Congress. Nikkei Asia highlights the growing flood damage in Japan, exacerbated by urban development on low-lying land. Despite efforts to control flooding through the construction of dams and embankments, the per-hectare damage cost has risen significantly over the past 30 years. Cities like Sate and Saitama Prefecture have seen increased development in flood-prone areas due to the need to boost populations amid declining birth rates. However, this has led to higher flood-related losses, particularly for businesses. Experts emphasize the need for improved disaster prevention measures, including updated hazard maps and business continuity plans, as conventional flood control methods may no longer be sufficient to mitigate the risks posed by increasingly severe water hazards. South China Morning Post, Australia's tighter immigration policy is casting a shadow over the luxury home market, particularly affecting foreign-born residents like Rebecca Li from China's Shandong province. Li, who owns a 2-bedroom home in Sydney bought by her parents during her university days, now faces potential difficulties in finding tenants due to Canberra's withdrawal of the Golden Visa scheme and plans to limit migrant and foreign student intake. This policy shift is predicted to significantly impact the high-end property market, where foreign buyers have traditionally played a crucial role. The National Australia Bank reported a decrease in foreign buyers' share from 11% to 10% in recent quarters. Peter Lee from Plus Agency and Daniel Ho from Juway IQI highlight that the end of the Golden Visa will lead to a noticeable drop in demand for prime homes, affecting developers and luxury property investors alike. However, some experts believe that the void left by Asian buyers might be filled by investors from the US and Europe, drawn by Australia's lifestyle appeal. South China Morning Post, Southeast Asia's peatlands, vital carbon sinks occupying just 3% of the Earth's land but holding 550 gigatons of carbon, are in crisis. Dr. Susan Page from the University of Leicester likens disturbing peatlands to withdrawing a massive carbon deposit, exacerbating climate change. Indonesia and Malaysia are home to significant portions of these peatlands, which also support endangered species and local communities. However, large-scale agriculture and urbanization have led to a dramatic decline in peatland forests, with Indonesia losing over 1 million hectares to plantations. Initiatives like the Global Peatlands Initiative and the ASEAN Peatland Management Strategy aim to counteract this destruction through conservation and restoration efforts. In Indonesia, the Peatland Restoration Agency has restored over 147,000 hectares in Jambi province, while Malaysia's Selangor State Forestry Department collaborates with local communities to restore degraded peat swamps. Despite these efforts, the scale of the problem remains daunting, with millions of hectares still requiring intervention. Long-term, consistent management is crucial to restoring these ecosystems, which play a pivotal role in stabilizing the climate and supporting biodiversity. Associated Press, Georgia's Charlie Condon has won the prestigious Dick Howser Trophy, awarded to the National Player of the Year in college baseball, after an outstanding season where he led the country in home runs and batting average. Condon, who batted .433 and hit 37 homers, showcased his versatility by playing first and third base and in the outfield, committing only 4 errors in 163 chances. This achievement marks him as the first Georgia player to receive the Howser Trophy, which honors the legacy of Dick Howser, a notable shortstop for Florida State and manager of the New York Yankees and Kansas City Royals. Condon's performance has positioned him as a top prospect for the upcoming amateur draft. Other finalists for the award included Oregon State's Travis Bazzana, Wake Forest's Chase Burns, Florida's Jack Caglianone, and Arkansas's Hagen Smith. The Howser Trophy, established in 1987, is a testament to excellence in college baseball, celebrating players who demonstrate outstanding performance and sportsmanship. The Toronto Star. The vibrant Taste of Little Italy festival in Toronto was a feast for the senses, with the scents of grilled meats and fresh cannolis filling the air as revelers adorned in red, green, and white celebrated with gusto. The festival, held under sunny skies on College Street, saw thousands of attendees enjoying street foods like wood oven-fired pizzas, meatball subs, and Sicilian cannolis. The event coincided with Italy's victory over Albania in a Euro 2024 game, amplifying the festive atmosphere. Fans, including Daniel Pulsell and his wife Jessica, broke their usual tradition of watching the game at home to join the community celebration. The streets were alive with music, giant Italian flags, and chants of Italia. Italia. Café Diplomatico, a popular spot on College Street, was packed with fans watching the match on patio TV screens, while Mayor Olivia Chow and other local dignitaries mingled with the crowd, enjoying specialties like spaducci and apple cider. The festival was a testament to Toronto's multicultural spirit, with people from various backgrounds coming together to celebrate. Yahoo US. Katie Ledecky secured her spot in her 4th Olympic Games at the U.S. Swimming Olympic Trials in Indianapolis, effortlessly gliding through the pool to win the 400 meters in 3 minutes and 58.35 seconds. Despite her dominance in the trials, Ledecky faces a new challenge in Paris 2024, where she will be an underdog. Since 2021, Australian swimmer Ariarne Titmus has emerged as a formidable rival, dethroning Ledecky in the 400-meter freestyle at the Tokyo Olympics and setting a new world record. Titmus's recent performance at the Australian trials, clocking in at 3 minutes and 55.44 seconds, underscores the stiff competition Ledecky will face. Nevertheless, Ledecky remains a favorite in the 1500 and 800 freestyle events. Her coach, Anthony Nesti, praised her enduring passion and will to perform at a high level. After a somewhat disappointing Tokyo Olympics, Ledecky made significant changes, including moving from Stanford to train under Nesty at the University of Florida. There, she refined her technique and rekindled her love for the sport. As she prepares for Paris, Ledecky continues to chase her past performances, aiming to surpass her 2021 form. CBC. In a stunning performance at the U.S. Olympic swimming trials in Indianapolis, Gretchen Walsh set a new world record in the women's 100-meter butterfly, finishing in 55.18 seconds during a semi-final heat. Walsh shattered the previous record of 55.48 set by Sweden's Sarah Sjöström at the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics. The 21-year-old from Nashville, Tennessee, who swims for the University of Virginia, was visibly shocked as she saw the WR next to her name on the scoreboard. Walsh's remarkable swim sets the stage for her to potentially claim a spot on her first Olympic team in the finals. Her record-breaking performance has added excitement and anticipation for the upcoming Olympic Games, highlighting her as a rising star in the sport. The Globe and Mail. In a tragic event, a shooting at a splash pad in Rochester Hills, a suburb of Detroit, left numerous individuals wounded. Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard reported that there were potentially 9 to 10 victims with varying degrees of gunshot injuries. Authorities believe they have the suspect contained in a nearby home and have recovered a handgun and 3 empty magazines, suggesting the suspect fired approximately 28 times. The incident has left the community reeling, especially since it comes just 2 years after the Oxford High School shooting. Sheriff Bouchard described the event as a gut punch for a county still grappling with past tragedies. Associated Press. Donald Trump, during a speech at a Turning Point Action convention in Detroit, challenged President Joe Biden to take a cognitive test, only to mistakenly refer to the doctor who tested him as Ronnie Johnson instead of Ronnie Jackson. Trump has frequently questioned Biden's mental acuity, making it a focal point of his campaign. The cognitive test Trump took in 2018, known as the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, is designed to detect early signs of memory loss. Critics quickly pounced on Trump's gaffe, with the Biden campaign sharing a clip of the moment. Trump's speech also included a misleading reference to a video of Biden at the G7 summit, which his campaign dismissed as tampered. Associated Press. At the U.S. Olympic swimming trials in Indianapolis, Gretchen Walsh set a new world record in the women's 100-meter butterfly, clocking in at 55.18 seconds during a semi-final heat. Walsh, a 21-year-old from Nashville who swims for the University of Virginia, was visibly shocked as she saw the WR next to her name on the scoreboard. She surpassed the previous record of 55.48 set by Sweden's Sarah Sjöström at the 2016 Rio Olympics. Walsh will compete in the finals, aiming to secure her spot on the Olympic team for the first time. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spin, walls come down, voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd, broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen, every link a different theme, words collide in the stream, 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than knots. The voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot, cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a strobe, every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code, journalists dig real deep,